Hello everyone. There's some new stuff about this. I have a webcam and I have a webcam and a green screen. This is cool, right? I didn't even realize I had this laying in the back actually. But you know, we'll try this out, okay? We're gonna be doing CCNA 1 to Packet Tracer 2.3.7, and we're gonna be navigating the iOS. All right. First things first, let's open this up and let's go open up Notepad. Gotta love Notepad, does everything for you. Let me know if the music is pretty loud. Yeah, I'll actually review this myself if the music's really loud. Trying to add some nice little lo-fi in the background. You know, not to make you guys sleep, but you know, I enjoy it too. Okay, so let's go and do this. We're gonna have 3 parts. We're gonna set the clock. You know, setting the clock. I don't really. I guess you can set the clock. It's nice to have a clock, but we usually use the NTP. I believe, yeah, NTP, like the status. I forgot, status or stratus clock zone stuff. Usually, you would really just have a NTP server that deals with all the time, so everyone's all clocked in together. And but first we're gonna start off with establishing basic connections. We're gonna access the CLI and explore help. I mean, we already did that before, but you know, we'll just go through this just for the video's sake. We're gonna explore exec modes and we're gonna set the clock. Okay, so don't really need to read the background, but actually, you know what? You can read it. But okay, here we go. Let's go start off with part 1. Connect PC1 to S1 using a console cable. Alright, so what you want to do is that you want to get this connection. Console cable will always be blue. And what we're going to do is that we are going to connect it using, right here, see this? We're going to be connecting it using the RS232 connection right here. And we're going to connect it to the console. It should show like 2 circles with the blue connected. Alright. You go to PC1, right? So there's 2 ways you can access this, right? You know, of course you can just go to the CLI, right? But you know, in some cases, especially when you're taking the CCNA 1 exams, you would not be able to actually access this. This would most likely be showing up. So in actuality, you would want to just kind of this is basically what the CCNA 1 exam would look like. It'll just be like having to put a console going up here. So it'll most likely be in physical mode. You should practice using physical and logical mode, only like not only for real life applications, but also, you know, you would also want to know logical topology, so it would be way easier to show your peers what you're doing actually. Okay, so what you want to do, go to PC, you want to go to desktop, and then there should be a terminal, right? Terminal. These you'll get used to these ones. 9600 bits, 8 data bits, 1 stop bit, none for parity, none for flow control. Okay, so now we're in. We are in. This is basically what the switch looks like from a console's perspective. There you go. We're in S1, indicating that we are here. Okay, so here we go. We went to the desktop tab. We click terminal application. Verify the port configuration default settings are correct. Okay. Port configuration default settings. Oh yeah. So yeah, the default settings are basically the terminal right here. These are the port configuration default settings. You might as well just keep them all on default for now for the CCNA. You wouldn't really want to change these anytime soon. I believe so, from learning from CCNA 1. But yeah, what is the setting? What is the setting for bits per second? Oh well, the bits per second is going to be let's see, bits per second. It's gonna be for 9600, right? 9600. Well, let's go and answer this, right? Step 1 really didn't have any questions, so we'll just start off with step 2. Okay. The first question, the answer is 9600 bits per second. Great. Now, the screen that appears may have several messages displayed. Somewhere on the screen, it should be press enter to get started. Well, there you go. I mean, we're already here. So, there you go. Press enter to get started. There you go. Or press return to get started. Then you press enter. What is the prompt display on the screen? We got the switch, ports, model, SW version, and SW image. We also have a bunch of flash, memory, lots of booting items, and then you also have, it also shows the interfaces, VLANs, shows us the model, the version, the image, which is really important. It's always important to have it. And then of course it has like the technical support, having the website. If you have any problems, there it is. Okay, this is great. We are in. We're not going to answer this. This is basically the answer, what it shows. Make sure you show it. It's really important to look at the boot when you're starting out, because you don't really want to have the wrong model or the wrong image or the wrong version, you know. So here we go. It wants us to do a question mark. Boom. Which command begins with the letter C? Connect. Right? Let's go do T question mark. Or T question mark. All right. It shows us telnet, terminal, and traceroute. And if we do TE, it shows us telnet and terminal. Basically, what the question mark command does is that it just it's like a help, you know. It's basically to help you out, know what the commands are. If you just do this, the question mark, it'll show you all the things that you need to do. Like for example, you do enable, right? You do enable, then you do a question mark, it'll show you more. You do a ping, it'll show you more. See, word, IPv6. You do terminal, there you go. You can even see the history. And then let's see this. Let's try this out. Terminal history, right? Even I never tried this yet. Size, how much history you want to buffer, right? So let's go to part 2 now. So the next thing that is pretty useful is actually the EN tab. It's pretty important. If you really like, lots of people are lazy, you know, we're lazy people. You do not want to be typing like everything at once. So you can also use EN to enter, right? But what you can also do is EN tab. It will automatically go to the, like if you put enough letters that resemble the next item, you can also, it will auto fix it for you. So enable, like for this one, conf, right? If you do con, right? If you do con, it does nothing, right? It does nothing, because for con there's 2, configure or connect. So you can't really use that. But if you use conf and tab, it'll go, or you can use just conf and then T. There's only terminal, so when you tab it, it'll just click terminal. But since it already knows these are the little shortcuts, you can do configure terminal. There you go. So basically the tab command is just to fill whatever you're trying to be entering. Did this a couple times in the last videos. Yes, does the prompt change actually? Yes, you'll be into a the hashtag right here, or I don't know how everyone calls it, but I call it a hashtag. The first one starts off with the greater sign, the second one's a hashtag. So that is there's the user exec, privilege exec, and then global configuration, global exec mode. Okay, there you go. So let's go and see this. Now it wants us to do a question mark, and it will show us that we have 4 or 5 C's. clear, clock, configure, connect, copy. And these are the commands that you're going to be able to see, right? If anything, we can just do C and then question mark, and it'll show us the ones that we would want to see. It's just a shortcut if you want to see everything. All right, let's go enter global configuration mode. Of course, it would want you to do configure and then terminal. If anything, if you do configure, right, you can just tab already. You don't need to like just space tab, because after configure, there's only one more thing you can do. It's just terminal. So you just tab, and when you enter it, you see it. It's config mode already. And the way you exit is either through, you type in exit, and then there you go, configured from console by console. And then you're back to privilege exec mode. But let's go back here. But what you can also do is Control Z. Control Z is pretty much short life. It's 2-button press. Pretty simple. Actually, if you're in an interface, right? Let's go interface F01. If you do Control Z, it'll also go back. You know, unlike if you let's go and do this. There you go. Unlike if you press exit, it'll go back to global configuration mode, and then if you exit again, it'll go back. Exit basically makes you go backwards to the directory. Like, let's just say it's a directory, like how you're doing in Windows. You're just trying to go back to where you're at. That's what exit does. But if you do Control Z, it'll go straight to, it will go absolutely straight to the privilege exec mode. Okay, now let's just go set the clock. So let's go do this. Show clock, right? There's a lot of show commands, but this one, we're not really worried about that. We're gonna be doing show clock for this case, right? If you want to do C, there you go. So you have CDB clock, and we want to finish with clock, right? Here we go. There's our clock, and this is not really the right timing. Doesn't really look that good. See, what is the information being displayed? This is it. UTC Monday, March 1, 1993. This is default time, I guess, for the switch. Okay, now if we do clock enter, let's go try that out. Incomplete command. So what we want to do is I want to do a clock space question mark. So, you know, if you do a question mark here, it'll just show clock. But if you space question mark, it will show everything. So there's set the time and date. So let's do set question mark and then the current time. We got hour, I think it's hours, months, and seconds. So let's just say, I think this is hours, month, and seconds from what it shows. Okay. Oh, hours, minutes, and seconds. Okay. From reading on this one, based on the stuff right here, it looks like it's in 24-hour format. So we'll go and on my time down here, yeah, I think it's covered. We'll just do it like this. We're gonna give it 4 o'clock. So I believe 4 o'clock is 1600. And we'll just press let's not press enter. Let's go and check for more. See, so let's do 1600 for 4 o'clock, and then look at this, the day of the month and the month. So looks like we kind of want to do the day of the month. So let's go see this. Okay, let's try this. What's today? The 10th, the 1st, and 2023. Oh, looks like they didn't want that. So looks like let's go try this out. So okay, today is the 1, the month of the year, which is 10. Let's do 0, 1, 10. And I think that should be it. Oh. /10? Incomplete command. Oh. I think it's October. No. Oh. There you go. So see, after doing a bunch of trial and error with the question mark command, it will basically show you how to do these things. And there you go. Now we've set the clock. You know, it's good to follow these things, right? It's good to follow these things, but it's also good to like kind of mess around in your own way. That's like in my opinion, that's the best way to learn. Like I would look at this, but then I would kind of disregard like trying to figure this out. You know, I would like follow the steps, which is great, but you know, messing around is probably the best way to learn, because if you keep failing and once you finally get it, it will probably stick in your head more. So let's go and explore additional command messages. All right, let's go see this. The IOSys provides various outputs for incorrect or incomplete. Continue the clock command. All right, let's go. Let's just follow this one now for now. CL tab. See? CL tab. Looks like we cannot see, but if we do O, it will finish it. And if we do, okay, let's try set 2500. Invalid input right here, and let's do clock set 1500. Let's just follow this 32, and then it'll also show there. So the invalid input just shows you where you did wrong. Like for example, let's just make it like this. So let's go to configure terminal, and then let's go to you know, let's just make it easier on ourselves. Let's just add a random router, right? Fun fact of the day, we'll just show you how things are. Let's go to the CLI. Skip the time. Okay, so if we go to conti or enable configure terminal, and then IP address G000. Okay, wait. Let's go add it here. Just man, I'm just trying to prove a point here. G00 to F01. Okay, we do interface G00, right? And then let's do an IP address command 192.168.1.0, and then let's just 1.32, right? 1.32. And if we put something like that doesn't make sense, like for example, let's just say this is a slash. What's a good example that will fail? Definitely fail. I believe a slash 244. Bad mask. See, it'll tell us that it's a bad mask, right? And if we do 255.0, which will accept everyone, it will take it. And then if we do no shuts, see, it will tell us that, hey man, like what is this? Like that's basically what the switch will do, or the router. If you do anything like wrong, it will tell you with this with the little up arrow marker. It'll just be like, hey man, you're doing this wrong, what is this? So maybe you'll just delete that, and yeah, there you go. See, now the connection has been formed, and we're PC1 will most likely be able to go to router 0 if we configured it correctly. Oh, there you go. Let's just change this for now, right? .1.32, right? Let's change this for now, and then we'll see what do we configure this as. 32. So let's go, and there you go. We just configure as the default gateway, and now that they have converged, 2 green lights, let's go and let's just go to its command prompt, and let's go ping 192.168.1.32. It's gonna go through ARP requests and stuff, ARP request, ARP reply, and then request timeout, and then I think it should be able to go through. Hopefully. Oh wait, I think I understand what's the problem now. We're supposed to connect it, see? We have to connect an Ethernet line going through. This is just only a console cable. But yeah. And the packet tracer, you're not gonna be, you have to practice with both physical and logical. This is what physical would look like. You're gonna have to do this little wiring here, connect here to here, here to here. But yeah, you see, as you can see, this is the console cable, the blue one, and this is the green, the fast Ethernet cables. And then you can see the fast Ethernet goes down to the router, and that's basically how it would look like in a rack, actually. Okay, let's go back to logical and let's see if we can connect now. Should fail at first. And then if we did this correctly, it should ping. Oh. Wait a minute. Oh. Okay. There you go. Now we're in the same subnet. Or yeah, now we're in the same network. There, sorry. Yeah, kind of screwed that up. I saw the 10 like last second. I was like, okay, now that's the reason why we're not able to ping. And here we go. There you go. Now we're able to ping. Wow. Let's go. Well, you know what? This is your first time navigating iOS. If you guys didn't know how to do it, at least I hope that this video does something. And if anything, with my random gibberish, I hope you guys learned something more after this. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys like the face cam. If there was anything wrong with this video, let me know. And yeah, see you.